From cartoon characters driving off a cliff to brutally beating a man with an oar and to the racist Bugs Bunny episode, today we're going to take a look at the 10 banned episodes of popular kids cartoons. Stay tuned until the end of the video for one of the most insane cartoon episodes you've ever seen. Number 10. Electric Soldier Porygon. You've most likely heard jokes about Pokemon causing seizures. The fast-flashing visuals in one battle scene in Electric Soldier Porygon caused 685 young viewers to be hospitalized, many of whom were not epileptic, but still experienced seizures due to watching it. The entire episode was banned internationally, despite the fact that the seizure-induced scene could easily have been deleted. Porygon was never seen again on the show, which is a bit unfair as Pikachu was the one who attacked Porygon, causing him to have seizures. He hasn't been kicked off the show. Poor little Porygon. Number 9. One Beer. The majority of TV shows aimed towards children or young adults use a reasonable and non-exaggerated approach to speak out against drugs and alcohol. On the other hand, Tiny Toon Adventures creators decided that they didn't want the show to be like the others in its category. One Beer is a section from the episode Elephant Issues. In this episode, a lot happens. Buster, Plucky, and Hampton take turns sipping a bottle of beer to teach children about the evils of alcohol. The One Beer section may have gone a little too far, as they get drunk and drive off a cliff while intoxicated. Not something you'd want your kids to see. Number 8. Deadly Force. While One Beer is recognized as one of the worst Tiny Toons episodes, Deadly Force is one of Gargoyle's best episodes, trying to teach kids a valuable lesson, but going a little too far in delivering that lesson for the network censor's liking. The episode Deadly Force dealt with the dangers of guns. Broadway takes Elisa's gun to play with it after watching a Western, but he accidentally shoots Elisa. Elisa's death scenario is just too gruesome. As blood pooled in her abdomen, she was shown resting on the ground. An awfully dark one for a Disney cartoon. Number 7. Ren and Stimpy, Man's Best Friend. The Ren and Stimpy show is already controversial due to its dark comedy, adult jokes, and violence. However, Nickelodeon claims that one episode in particular may have gone too far. Until the exceptionally violent episode in Man's Best Friend, everything was going smooth. The chaos begins when Ren and Stimpy are adopted by George Liquor, who teaches them about obedience. Ren loses control and brutally beats a man with an oar, nearly killing him. Nickelodeon found the violent sequence too much to stand, and the show has never aired. The episode closes with them dancing with the cigar-shaped treats. Brutal, right? Stay tuned till number 1 to see a cartoon episode that got banned, which everybody loves. Number 6. Tailspin, Flying Dupes. A show that featured characters adapted from Disney's The Jungle Book suddenly became very dark for one episode. That's when Disney concluded that lovable Baloo the bear was apparently not the best messenger for enlightening children of the crimes of false flag operations. In the episode, Baloo delivers a package to the home of the foreign leader, not knowing that the box carries a bomb. Later, the foreign leader declares a war that will make high profits for bomb makers. This episode was considered controversial, and the episode was banned due to the terrorist themes. Number 5. The Legend of Dratini. If you didn't know, 6 Pokemon episodes were never broadcast in the United States, including The Legend of Dratini. Outside of Japan, the episode was banned because of the extensive use of guns. In several scenes, characters are threatened with guns, including Kaiser, the Safari Zone Warden, who points a rifle directly at Ash. Despite the fact that the sequences were all meant to be humorous, 4Kids Entertainment felt that they were too dark for young audiences. Unfortunately, the episode's ban resulted in continuity issues, which confused fans outside of Japan. Ash catches 29 Tauros in the banned episode, which was later seen in the following episodes. However, many were baffled as to how Ash managed to catch so many Pokemon. Number 4. Mr. Skinny Legs. Well-intended messages can sometimes have horrifying consequences depending on where you live. A British cartoon series, Peppa Pig, featured an episode called Mr. Skinny Legs that aimed to teach young viewers that while spiders may appear frightening, they cannot actually harm you. Peppa is terrified by this spider at the start of the episode. However, at the end of the episode, she's become friends and has invited him to her tea party. The episode's message was great in the United Kingdom, but not so much in Australia, home to some of the world's most dangerous spiders, including the redback spider. Their bites are very painful and have historically been linked with deaths, as seen in medical studies. Starting now, things get serious. It's now time to take a look at the episode where the Bugs Bunny uses racial slurs, a disturbing cartoon that uses dirty jokes making fun of lesbians, and then finally everyone's favorite cartoon with glorified, unpunished violence and racism. Number 3. Bugs Bunny Nips the Nips. Bugs Bunny Nips the Nips is one of the various cartoons that you should watch not for pure entertainment, but to see the kinds of stereotypes that were prevalent throughout World War II. This cartoon was created during World War II and reflects America's attitude towards one of its enemies, Japan. The title of the episode is a play on the verb nip, which means to bite, and nips is a common slur for Japanese people, as Nippon is the Japanese term for Japan. In this episode, the world's most renowned rabbit washes up on a Pacific island where he must fight a horde of stereotyped Japanese soldiers. When Bugs Bunny starts referring to them by racial slurs like Japs, monkey face, and slant eyes, things start to go wrong. Giving the soldiers hand grenades disguised as ice cream cones is his signature hair-raising stunt. Due to its portrayal of the Japanese in violence, the episode has been a source of controversy since the 1960s. Number 2. Cow and Chicken Buffalo Gals. If you think about it too deeply, Cow and Chicken is an alarming show. A cow and a chicken are siblings who were born to human parents. The humor and gags of Cow and Chicken were most likely beyond the comprehension of its youthful target audience. One episode in particular, Buffalo Gals, went a little too far for television. The infamous Cow and Chicken episode, which featured harsh and on-the-nose comments making fun of lesbians, was only broadcast once on television. The Buffalo Gals, a bunch of rough-looking girls who ride motorcycles and wear buffalo helmets, are introduced in the Season 2 episode. They break into Cow and Chicken's family house and immediately start chomping on the carpet, their favorite hobby. The episode is littered with obscene sexual references, many of which are directed at lesbians. When Cow and Chicken's father gets scared of them, his wife remarks that they're definitely not after him. The Buffalo Gals are shown in a filthy, repulsive, and antagonistic light, particularly toward men. Now we move on to the moment you've all been waiting for. Number 1. Tom and Jerry Mouse Cleaning. While Tom and Jerry is a cartoon that almost every child remembers, it has been banned in several places of the world due to its offensive content. Many sequences depicted smoking, alcohol usage, dangerous substance abuse, and violence were cut, redubbed, or taken off the air entirely. Take a cat and a mouse and let them chase each other around the room. Every Tom and Jerry episode, which first aired in 1940, followed a similar plot. But what happens if you put them in blackface? That's what happened in Mouse Cleaning, a 1948 film. Tom initially comes out from the pile of coal in blackface after a massive coal leak at the end of the cartoon. And that's when Tom tries to talk his way out of trouble while his face is blacked up in coal dust. However, this scene was deduced that there was a racial connection. If you didn't know, blacking up, also known as blackface, is forbidden in the 21st century. Another episode is the Blue Cat Blues, exempt from topical references to suicide, depression, and alcoholism. In Year of the Mouse, Tom booby-traps a bottle in a way that if Jerry tries to get out of it, the gun will blow their brains off. Pretty harsh. Ready to watch another fun video? Click the video on screen now or the one linked below.